So I'm going to tell you about a vacation that I once had. It was July and on a Sunday. My family, as well as 6 other families, had planned this trip for about a month. Our plan was to travel to Hưng province and visit a pottery village, a water park, have dinner, and then go watch a water show. So, at exactly 11 a.m., the bus picked us up and began traveling towards our destination. Normally, it would take about 2 hours to arrive there. However, our driver was a little bit inexperienced, so it actually took us a bit more than 3 hours to arrive. Once we got there, we walked around the village, looking at the gorgeous and eye-catching pottery. Despite that, my family and I didn't actually buy anything, though some of my friends did. After that, we traveled to Văn Giang district and went inside the water park. I was actually quite excited for this water park because it advertised its incredible artificial waves. Once we got to the center of the park, I saw that there was a massive pool, yet there wasn't any water inside. Apparently that we arrived too early and that it hadn't actually opened yet, so we settled for smaller pools instead. Although there were strong waves, the experience was a little bit underwhelming as there wasn't as much space as I wanted. After we finished rinsing ourselves, we hired or rented a small electric car that has the same size as a golf car and began driving around the district. After that, we found a small chicken hot pot restaurant and went inside to have our dinner. However, it was a letdown as the portions were small yet very expensive. For example, a plate of rice noodles was about 200 grams and costed 20,000 dong, an outrageous price in our country. So far, the experience was a little bit underwhelming. However, the water show was a completely turning point in our trip, or at least for me. So, this water show talked about the history of the grand ship and how it traveled the seas to find the perfect trading place. So I am going to separate this story into 5 acts. Firstly, Act 1 introduced us to the grand ship with the real-life model in the middle of the lake. The narrator explained its purpose and began its voyage. In Act 2, the god of the sea, Poseidon, is seen blessing the ship. Towards the end of this act, Poseidon's trident appeared in front of the ship, shining its holy light. Act 3 showed that the ship was being surrounded and attacked by pirates, and the audience was led to believe that the grand ship had been destroyed. Following that, Act 4 revealed that the grand ship narrowly survived the encounter, but that was not the end. In the same chapter, the Kraken, a mythical giant octopus, appeared and began battling against the ship. It was a hard-fought battle, and in the end, the grand ship won. In the final act, a new land was found. Thus began the construction of what is now known as Văn Giang district. Finally, fireworks began shooting up into the sky at the tallest building of the area, signaling the end of the show and celebrating Văn Giang's past, present, and ever prosperous future. After that, we went home with little trouble.